Hello, happy Monday, and welcome to this episode of Q&A with the Hombre. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend, stayed cool, and stayed protected from the weather elements wherever you are located. Today I am sipping on a little bit of Volan's Reposado. So what are you guys sipping on today? I'd love to hear who's here. So sound off and let me know what you're sipping on. What's in your glass? I'd like to see what you guys are working on this fine Monday evening. This is going to be the last Q&A with the Hombre for a couple of weeks because I'm leaving on Wednesday for my trip to Guadalajara, which I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys when I get back. And then those of you that are members, you guys get to experience some of the stuff while I'm there. I will be reporting to you guys on the community tab for the aficionado members. And then we're also going to try to do some live streams. No guarantees though, because I don't know how solid the internet's going to be, but if I can work it out where we can get some live streams going with you guys with some of the master distillers, then I will do so. So, hey, Paul, how are you doing? Paul Jones, what do you think about Luna Azul Reposado? I don't know. I haven't had Luna Azul Reposado. Fortaleza tonight. Have fun. Oh, I will have fun. I plan on having a blast. Deputy Sandoval reporting for duty. How are you doing, Andy? Glad you could join us today. I am not a big Luna Azul person, so I didn't go grab the Reposado and stuff. People like it as a budget, but you know, I tried the Blanco and I wasn't super impressed. You know, it's okay for something cheap, but it wasn't something that I would go out and want to buy all the expressions and try it. So I'm not a big fan. But if you like it, enjoy it, drink it. I mean, it's fine. Make cocktails with it or do whatever you want to do with it. It's perfectly fine. No one's going to fault you for it. You know, whatever you like, you like. All right. So, Paul says, I bought a bottle of Luna Azul today for $43 after taxes. 1.4. Okay, good. Yeah. Trying mezcal for the first time. Bozal Ensemble. What are your thoughts? I think Bozal's okay. There's others that I prefer more, but Bozal's fine. The Ensemble's fine. It's not one I'd go back and say, yum, this is really good. I have a bottle of it, and I tried it, and I don't really revisit it at all. So, but Bozal's makes good mezcal, so it's fine. Oh, is there a worse tequila you have ever had? There's a bunch. Yeah. What's the worst? Well, some of the worst that I've ever had is Corzo, which is just horrible. El Padrino from Total Wine was, I poured it out. Jose Cuervo Gold is garbage. Hornitos, Salsa, Cazadores, they're all garbage. I didn't like them at all when I tried them. Had a really nasty aftertaste, you know, where you're making that bitter tequila face where you have to do the lime and the salt with it. There's a bunch, but yeah, the stuff that I've poured out, Corzo was one. It's like when I first tried it, you know, I wasn't really familiar with it. It was it was a few years ago. And the guy at Bevmo was like, oh, everyone likes this. It's really good. And I tried it and I was like, I can't drink this. And so I ended up pouring it down the drain and keeping the bottle because the bottle looks like a cologne bottle. It was kind of cool. And El Padrino, you know, I got suckered by Total Wine and I bought that and I was like, oh, I can't even drink this. This stuff's horrible. And I don't buy stuff to be mixers. I buy tequila to sip. And if I want to make a cocktail, I use a good tequila in my cocktails because the better ingredients that you put in a cocktail, the better your cocktail is going to be. So why just get a cheap, lower grade tequila to put in your cocktails when you can have a good one? A good tequila like El Tesoro. El Tesoro is my well tequila. That's what I use as for my mixers for drinks and stuff. It's El Tesoro. I'll use Pueblo Viejo as well. And I'll actually also use Sangre Alteña, which I love that as a sipper as well. Yeah, Hey, hombre, good to be back with you all, sipping on some Race. Oh, Race 10 year.
Oh yeah, baby. That stuff makes me want to sing. Oh yeah, I love me some Red Salt. So I'm sitting here salivating, thinking of you drinking some Red Salt. Oh yeah, that stuff is the best. I love Red Salt.
All right, you know what that does to me. Hey, Tony, how are you doing, buddy? Hey, hombre, just drinking El Tesoro Blanco batch. Good. Oh, nice. El Tesoro Blanco is a good one. Hey, EB101, EBA 101 Boxing, got your ticket for LA Tequila Festival. Oh, great. I'll be there. I will be there. I will be at the LA Tequila Festival. For any of you guys going, I will be in the Cascanas booth. So I'll be helping Cascanas out and doing tequila education and talking to people about Cascanas, because you guys know I like Cascanas. And so when they called and said, hey, you want to help us out and work in our booth? I said, sure. So I will be there. I would like to see a Pachuga tasting with a few different ones compared. Okay. I want to try the burrito line. You should. It's really good. I love the burrito fiestero line is really good. There's not a whole lot of them in the line right now. There's two, right? And the Masparillo is about gone. We got the last of it, I think, or close to it, at Ferment and Still. It's been out for a while, and I did the review on it a while ago. But the Cenizo is a standard one. That one will be out because that's a harvested agave. It's not wild like the Masparillo is. But the Masparillo one, they said once this batch is gone, they'll put another batch out with a different agave. So I would definitely recommend picking some up. And Senior Soto is another one that they do. It's a really good Soto. I have another bottle. I bought it. What did I do with that bottle? I picked up another bottle of it because I love it so much. I've on my third bottle of Senior Soto. I have another. I showed you the two bottles of the Masparillo. I've just about finished my second bottle of that. Gonna get on my third. So I enjoy the Burrito Fiestero line. I think it's really good. That pink Codigo was mine, other than the ones you mentioned. What? That pink Codigo was mine, other than the ones you mentioned. Oh, the pink Codigo. I didn't like the pink Codigo. Yeah, but it wasn't one of the worst ones I've ever had. It's just very harsh. It's very rough, and it wasn't good. So, but it wasn't one of the worst. I wouldn't put it as a worst. It's just not one that I enjoyed. It's the Rosa, the Codigo Rosa. I was at the liquor store and asked the guy, what is the best selling tequila? Terramana. Yeah, the Terramana is the best, one of the best selling tequilas right now. It's no secret to that. Thanks for all the great info on my favorite drink. I've been sipping 123 number 3, delicious, but time to switch. Oh, very good. Yeah. Oh, switch it up. But still, I love 123. Somebody was asking me about 123, and you can always see I have 123 all lined up right here. All of them. The whole entire line, 1, 2, 3, and then Diablito are all lined up right there. So I always have them on hand. I always keep them there. So they're good. I love the whole line. Paul John, I try to find tequila that you have reviewed when I buy. It's kind of hard to find them here in PA though. Well, you can order them online at Ferment and Still. We carry most of them there. So when I find something that I like that's good, most of the time, they tell them to stock it at Ferment and Still, so you can order it there. Hey Ubaldo, how are you? Hey hombre, thanks for your review. I'm sipping on some Don Pilar Añejo. It's very good and one of my favorite. I'm glad you enjoy it, and thank you for being a member. I love seeing the little badges. You can see when you look up at the chat box, you see all those little badges next to the names. Those are my aficionado members. When you join as a member of the Tequila Hombre channel, you get a badge by your name, and you get to use some really cool Tequila Hombre emoticons. And then also you get exclusive content. And like after this, all the members and I are going to have a not a one-on-one, but a members only chat that starts at 5 o'clock, where I'm just going to be doing a 1 hour chat just directly with them, where we're going to be talking about some stuff that's completely different about what we're talking about here. And we can get more in depth and some questions and stuff for the aficionados. So for those of you that aren't members, you can click the join button below, or I'll post a link in the description later, and you can join using that as well. And you get some additional benefits, like when I'm on my trip down to Guadalajara, when I'm leaving on Wednesday, I will be reporting to them just about every day. I'm going to try to post a report what was happening with hopefully some pictures and stuff. And if I can do it, if I have the Wi-Fi, I will live stream with a master distiller if I can, or somebody down there from the industry that can live stream and do Q&A, or just to do a quick, session with them to get the word out about them and what they're doing and stuff like that. So we should have some good content for the members. So if you're not a member and you want to get in on some of that content, make sure you join. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. All right. Isaac Medina says that was me. Great lineup. Can't wait to get. Oh, that was you. I don't know what. Oh, that was you. Oh, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Been drinking too much tequila, I guess. But hey, Isaac, thanks for coming. Andy's Deputy Sandoval.
Deputy Sandoval reporting for duty. Welcome to the Tequila Police Force.
Sipping on some Ocho Continental, very nice. I like the Continental. The Continental's good. It's for some reason I've started just really more preferring the Pacific from that line. The Continental's good, the Transatlantic's good, but I've been, just loving the stuff done in the rum barrels for some reason. I don't know. All right, Todd says, I know you don't like questions like this, but what would be one of your favorite mezcals? So glad I have finally that I started down the mezcal road. Can't wait to see. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you've gone down the mezcal road too. I've got a lot of really good mezcals that I really like. The one I've been drinking the most is probably the Burrito Fiestero line. So I'd recommend starting there. And then once you start getting the palate for it, then we can get into some of the other stuff because it's a little more advanced. And I don't want to have you try it and get turned off from it and have to spend the kind of money on it. Let's get your palate set first so you kind of get used to it and kind of get adjusted to it. And then we'll go from there. And then I can guide you to some other stuff. I'm going to start doing some more. When I get back, I'm going to start doing some more mezcal and Soto reviews and stuff too. So you'll get some more exposure into that, into the brands. But we'll get you more into the mezcal stuff. Hey, Henry D. Hola, Mark. I retried Burrito Fiestero, and the smoky flavor is disappearing for more vegetal notes. Got to keep tasting it more and more and more. There you go. See, it's just a matter of knowing that it's there, and then all of a sudden it just will kind of disappear, and more of the other stuff will pop up. It's very fruity, and you'll get like tart tropical fruit and stuff that comes through on it. And you'll notice those more once you know, okay, there's a little bit of smoke there, because sometimes people are hypersensitive to the smoke taste, but once you know it's there, it just kind of goes to the background, and then after a while you won't even taste it anymore unless it's like really super smoky, which there are some brands that are really super smoky, but I find that Burrito Fiestero, it's like just hardly even noticeable. Which I like. He asked about, the 1, 2, 3. Okay. I was lost for a minute. On a scale of 1 to 5, where would you rate Bozol? 5 being the best or 1 being the best? If one's the best, I'd give it a 4, probably. 5 being the best, I'd give it a 2. It's good. I mean, but it's not great. I've had better. That G4, thank you for putting me on the good. I'm glad you like it. G4 is great. It's one of my favorite brands. Always consistent. Always good. I have no problems with recommending G4 to anybody at all. Felipe does great stuff. This, even, the Volans, it's this is one of Felipe's too. It's good stuff. I just wish they were, made it more readily available and wasn't so, you have to order it just from certain areas. But G4 is my favorite of all of Felipe's brands. I like it. I like G4 the best. Hey, Mark, hope all's well and hope you had a great weekend. Thanks, Jay. I hope all's all well with you too, and hope you had a great weekend. And I hope you're doing great. Had a great start to your week as well. Always enjoy seeing you, Jay, when you come. How do you like Don Julio Real? Bought a bottle recently now that they're not making it anymore. I was never really a big fan. I thought it was overpriced for what you got. And then, once they sold the Don Julio, it just went downhill from there. So I think it's overpriced junk in a bottle, personally. So I was never a fan. But, if you like it, drink it. And it doesn't matter what I think, right? It was The Rock's favorite tequila before. Yeah. A little trivia for you. Drinking some Lalo. Nice. I love good Lalo. Lalo's a good Blanco. Can't go wrong with Lalo. You really can't. It is a very nice Blanco. Oh, wow. This has some good questions today. All right, so what is the Coralejo you've had? I've had the Blanco and I've had the Repo of Coralejo. And I had the old bottles and I've had the new bottles. And the old Coralejo used to be good. It was like one of the only tequilas made outside of Jalisco that I enjoyed. But it's gone downhill. It's gotten to the point where it's got a really bad aftertaste to it. And I don't know what they did, what kind of changes they made, but I do not like it at all now. Not at all. Not at all. I won't drink it. It's got this really bad chemical, funky aftertaste now. So I stay away from Coralejo now. How's Mikasa? It's okay. It's not great. I'm not a huge fan. Not a big fan. Coralejo tastes, yeah, it tastes weird. It's got a weird, funky aftertaste to it now. It used to be good. It used to be really good. Now, for those of you that are members, I'm going to be doing some shopping with the Hombre episodes in Mexico for you guys at some of the tequila places where I normally hit up. So make sure you watch those when I post them, because you'll be seeing some stuff that you don't see here in the States. That will be some good things. But I'll go over a bunch of things when I'm shopping there, show you some good ones that are Mexico only. So when you do go and you want to look for good stuff, you'll know from the Shopping with the Hombre episodes. I'm going to try to do them from a couple of different places that I go to when I head out there, and show you some stuff that you can get there that you can't get here that's good, and some stuff that you can get there that you can't get here that's not good, and to stay away from it. So it should be good. Yes, someone has watched the show. Yes, he drinks it in Ballers, but he actually talked about it when before he made the his tequila, that he wanted to make something that was along the same lines as Real, but not at the hefty price point. And I was like, ugh. But you know, when he did drink it, he poured it in a glass with some ice and and then drank it that way. Slammed it down his face. So it did get the true essence of just how bad it was when you chill it like that. Besides sipping tequila, what is the first thing you'll do once you get to Mexico? Probably the first thing I'll do is grocery shopping. I'm staying at a friend's house, so I'm going to load up on groceries. Now we'll probably go and do some tequila shopping first and get some food. Because when I land there in Mexico, it's going to be around 1 o'clock their time. So we'll probably get lunch and then get settled in. We don't start our tours until the next day. So the first day is a fun day. But I'm going to go over all that stuff for the members only. Make sure you stick around for the 5 o'clock because I'm going to kind of go over all the different things I'm going to be doing and what we're going to be putting together for you guys. So make sure you stick around for the members only Q&A after this, and I'll get more into details on what I'm going to be doing on the trip. You guys are going to be blown away by some of the stuff that's going to happen, and you'll get to see what's going on. I think you guys will enjoy it. Hey, Pounds, the Tequila Hombre, the best channel, and thank you. Hey, you're welcome. I'm glad that you think it's the best channel. Hey, since Pounds thinks it's the best channel, everybody, why don't you pound that like button for me and give me a thumbs up? And if you're not already subscribed and you want to comment, make sure you subscribe so you get notified anytime we do these live streams. And if you want to get in on some of the additional content where you get more in depth into tequilas and stuff, make sure you join as a member and get some of the members only content that we're putting together, so you guys can really get into depth and then get more direct contact and stuff with me where we can go over some things and really give you some additional detailed information. All right, so Renori, how are you, buddy? Renori, is that right? Is there an L? I can't tell if that's an L or an I. Renori. Can you show us the most rare bottle in your collection? I see a lot of cool looking bottles in the cabinet. Oh, the most rare. I don't know which one's the most. I've got a lot of rare ones. Most of my really rare ones are in the closet of rare tequila, which is over here. You guys can't see those in the cabinets behind me. And just in case you didn't know too, there's actually more cabinets than you can see in the picture. See, there's an additional cabinet right there too, which is my mezcal. And there's also tequila on the bottom of that one. So I got two big cabinets behind me that you see in the background. And then I have a closet that's wall to ceiling tequila over here. And this is where I keep a lot of the rare stuff that I find in hunts. And I'm going to be doing some hunt videos for the members as well. So you guys can know when you go into stores what to look for on the hunt. And if you see certain things, kind of what to buy, knowing whether it's going to be something that's rare and good or not, because you can find some dusty bottles that are good. So I'm going to be doing some of those videos for you guys. So get you tuned in on some of the rare stuff that some of the guys and some of the other groups where they sell auction off tequila and stuff will sell you for 3 to 4 times what you'll buy it for if you know about it and can buy it in the store yourself. I don't like that. I hate those guys. I hate that whole thing. That whole scam thing about selling people bottles and an aftermarket thing. And they're like, oh, they bought it for $40 and then they're going to sell it to you for 200, you know? And it's like, people will spend the money on it, but I just hate it. I hate the guys that do that. Chris Miller, how are you doing, buddy? My local stores have run out of Fortaleza and G4. Is El Tesoro a good? Yeah, actually, El Tesoro is a great one. I wouldn't call it a replacement, but it's definitely a good substitute. All of them are solid brands. I mean, it's Tahona crushed, it's fermented right, it's distilled right, it's all traditional. So yeah, it's a very good brand. So yeah, definitely, it's one I would recommend. With your rating so low on Bozal, I'm excited knowing that there's a lot better mezcals, because to me this isn't awful. Okay, good. Well, good. I'm glad it isn't awful, and I can turn you definitely onto some better ones than Bozal. But Bozal's good. It's not horrible, but it's just, for me, it's not one of my favorites. The Ensemble isn't. I mean, there's other Bozals that are better. But I can steer you towards other brands too that make some really good stuff. But let's get you try the Burrito Fiestero first. So let's kind of get you acclimated to that, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we'll build up on it. I think it's better to do it. If I didn't have somebody guiding me to that same type of thing, I probably would not love a mezcal as much as I do now. Does Diablito have a custard taste like the 1, 2, 3? Yes, no, but it's more of a it's French oak, so it's different. It's more of a butterscotchy, cinnamon, custard, chocolate-esque kind of flavor profile to it, because it's aged in French limousine barrels versus the American white oak, toasted American white oak that the other ones are. So it's different, but it's very good. I love the Diablito. You guys know I love the Diablito. It is one of my top XAs. You know, my very top, and people can ask me until I'm blue in the face, is the Cascana single barrel 100 proof XA that we got for the collective, which is life altering stuff. It is an amazing extra Añejo. It just doesn't get any better than that. So, hey, Alex, how are you doing? What's your take on Sangre Alteña Añejo? I think the Sangre Alteña Añejo is good. It's very good for the price. It's easily an $80 Añejo, especially if you get in on the ones that we have, you know, through Fermented Still, because it's a 2004 batch. So that's when agave was good. It's before it got all, you know, the shortage and stuff. So this is good. It's very good tequila. And for the price, you can't beat it. You really can't. It's really good. So I've got probably about 3 cases sitting over here. Yeah, I got about 3 cases up, and I'm probably going to buy another case here, because once it's gone, and then the new version is what they're going to have, and the new version is triple distilled, and it's like $90 or something like that. It's not going to be nearly as good of a price for as good a tequila as the Sangre Alteña Añejo is that we're selling right now in Ferment and Still. Oh, thank you, Todd. Yeah, I plan on having a very safe trip. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and for those of you that are members, make sure you stick around for the members only live stream, and you will I'll give you some more insight into what's going to be happening. So it's going to be cool. Hey Henry, what is the best way to store tequila? Are your cabinets temperature controlled? No, they're not. No, this is room temp. These cabinets are IKEA cabinets. They're not refrigerators or anything. So the room is temperature controlled by air conditioning, and that's it. So right now the room here, I think it's like probably 73, 74 degrees. And I just keep them stored at room temp. That's fine. It's not going to hurt them at all. don't put them in the freezer, because if you do, then the tequila police get upset.
What? Yes, do not put tequila in the refrigerator or freezer. That is a violation of Tequila Code 1774439.6.27. And we will come knocking on your door and make you pay if you put good tequila in the freezer. And we have Deputy Sandoval to assist us in retaining you.
There you go. Tequila police do not like it when you put your tequila in the fridge. Room temperature, just keep it on the shelf in your room or whatever, 70-something degrees. I've had it where my old tequila den got as high as 80 and it still was fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, thank you, Henry. Thank you very much. Yeah, I will have a safe trip. Don't worry. Everything will be great. Thoughts on Alchemia, and did you ever try their 14? I haven't tried the 14 yet, but I think Alchemia is a very good brand. It's good. Good tequila. I haven't had any issues with it. I enjoyed it. The 14 years just a little too pricey for me. So if I'm hoping that they will send a bottle for review, or somebody will, but it's, yeah, I like the brand. The brand's good, so I recommend it. If you want it, buy it. It's good. That's correct. Do not put.
That's correct, Brooks. Do not put the tequila in the freezer. That is a violation and will result in us responding to your household and disciplining you for violating Tequila Code. We're out.
Do not.
That is correct, Deputy Sandoval. We are glad to have you on the force. You are a valuable member of our Tequila Police team.
There you go.
I love a man in uniform. I hope he comes and arrests. I might even just stick my tequila in the freezer. He can come and arrest me.
Things are going downhill quick here, aren't they? Do not freeze your, exactly. Do not freeze your tequila. Do not put it in the freezer. And people always say, well, why not? You're supposed to stick it in the freezer. It's like, okay, look, if somebody was to give you a bottle of Pappy, would you put it in the freezer? Do you store any of your other liquor, like whiskeys and stuff, in the freezer? No, maybe your vodka, or maybe your Rumpelmints, or a liqueur like that, a schnapps, you can put it in the freezer. But you don't want to put tequila in. Tequila is like a fine whiskey. You do not want to put it in the freezer. It's not like vodka where it's flavorless and flavored with some artificial flavoring, to make it, chocolate vodka or orange vodka or banana vodka or whatever flavor you like. It's not like that. It's got a bunch of nuanced flavors to it, and if you put it in the fridge, it's going to mute that. And if you have to stick a tequila in the freezer to drink it, you're drinking the wrong kind of tequila, and we can put you on some better stuff that you won't have to stick in the freezer to drink. But if you want to put it in the freezer, put it in the freezer. Go ahead. We're not going to stop you or anything, but just don't recommend it, because then you're missing out on really some of the really great flavors that you can get from a good tequila. What? El Tesoro just ran out. Oh no, bummer. Where did it run out? You have to tell them to get more. Was there a Tequila Wars way back when Pancho Villa days? Tequila Wars? Not that I know of, but I know Pancho Villa did kill makers of Soto because they outlawed Soto. And if they caught you and found out you were making Soto, they would put you to death. It was a punishment of penalty of death. And so it became kind of like an underground, like a moonshiner, type of thing in Mexico. And they were smuggling it to Al Capone across the Texas border. So, interesting history on Sotol. But I'm not aware of any war with Pancho Villa over tequila. So, I can find out more about it. I'm not super huge on the history of tequila. I mean, I know a lot, but I don't know enough where I can say, yeah, there was a tequila war with Pancho Villa. As far as I know, there wasn't, but I can research it some more and find out for sure. I made it sipping on El Rey Zapoteca Mezcal. Oh, nice. Very nice. I'm glad you made it. I wasn't a big fan of El Rey. I tried it and I wasn't a big fan. On the smoky side, yeah, it was on a little bit too much on the smoky side for me. I've tried 4 different mezcals and it has been my favorite so far. Oh, good. But we got to get you into some better ones. Let you try them. Mark, what was that police code? That's funny. Yeah. Like I'd have to ask them. They're the tequila police. That's correct. Store in room temperature and away from direct sunlight. That's right. You won't see any. The only window I have in here is actually in front of me, and I've got a blackout shade in front of it. So these don't see any sunlight in this room at all. All this light you see here is from my YouTube studio lights and from a torchère light that's right there. So yeah, there's no sunlight. And you want to keep it at room temperature. You don't want it to get hot because heat, sunlight and oxygen are enemies of tequila. So you want to make sure you keep your cork in it and don't leave it open. Let's see, where are we? I'm very glad Prohibition era is mostly behind us. There's still a lot of laws that are in effect today that were put on the books back in Prohibition, which is just kind of ridiculous, but need to be changed. But there's no rush to do it, which unfortunately is the case. It makes some of our liquor laws here in the U.S. kind of antiquated. They're not. They're outdated. They need to be changed, and it makes it rough on people in the liquor world having to follow them. So that tattoo's healing fine. There you go. Can you see her? It's hard to see because I have to hold my arm up like this, but that's Mayahuel, the goddess of agave. It's pretty much done healing. There's a little bit more areas there where it's got a little bit of a scabbing and stuff, but it's pretty much all healed. But that's Mayahuel. She's the goddess of agave and fertility. So she's a big thing in the mezcal world. I hate gin, but is mezcal MG? Yes. I'm not a big gin fan either, and I think if you watched the video, you saw that I mentioned that I'm not a big gin person, but that was delicious. It was really good, and they use the cenizo on it, which is a softer agave, so it's very light and fruity, and it went really well with the botanicals that they used for the NG or the MG Mezcal gin. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I finished like half a bottle after trying it. Then it's good. So I recommend it. Yeah, it's definitely worth a try, and it's not that expensive, So definitely grab some. Hey, thanks, Shaman. Thanks. Yeah, I think it looks great. I'm really happy with the artist and what he did with that. And then I've got my other. For those of you that are new and haven't seen it, I'll show you my other tattoo right here of the humidor. It's Tahona wheel right here and a burro pulling it, and then humidor doing work, and then the mountains in the back and blue agave fields. So that's my humidor tat. So this is my tequila arm. So I've got the humidor tat, and then on the inside I've got my OL. That's my mezcal tequila agave arm. So I'm like, oh, I said to my wife the other day, oh, I wonder what I'm going to do next. And she just looked at me like, you have enough. We'll see. Hey, Renault, great job on the videos. Really like the pot test for additives. You really should do it on 1942, given how popular stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to pay for 42 though to do it. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to spend $150 on an additive laced tequila for me to do the test on. I've had viewers do the test and comment, and they said that they did find it to have additives. But what a lot of people, you know, I get a lot of people that challenge me on that pan test for additives, but it's exactly the same thing that they do in the labs in Mexico when they're testing for additives, when they're testing for smoothing additives, except they use test tubes. They don't use a big pan. They use test tubes, and they put the tequila in a test tube, they weigh it, and then they will then evaporate the alcohol and the water out, and they see what's left, and that tells them what kind of calming additives or smoothing additives, whatever you want to call them, they call them calming additives, are left in the tube, and then they weigh that to see if it violates the 1% rule or not. And that that's the way they kind of test them in the labs to make sure they're complying with the regulations. So the test is legit. And then when you taste it, you know, you can see if there's a little bit of residual. There'll be some residual from just wood aging, but when you taste the residual from just wood aging, it's got a really kind of a bitter, earthy dirt kind of taste to it, where if it's got that sweet, syrupy, vanilla, cherry kind of flavor to it, then you know it's got additives. And it'll also be kind of like a gelatinous film on it versus like a harder coating on it for the regular wood. If you watch the video I did with the El Tesoro where I tested the El Supremo against El Tesoro, the El Tesoro one, it's hard to get the film from the wood off the pan, where with the Supremo it was thick, gelatinous, and you just took my finger and scraped it on it and it was all over my finger. And when you tasted it, it was super, super sweet. And it's funny because when I was talking to the owner of the brand, because he messaged me after I did that video, it went kind of a little bit on the viral side and people were kind of going crazy over it. And he saw it and he messaged me, he goes, oh, that's just it from spending 10 years in a cognac and brandy barrels and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I said to him, oh, come on, that's, and he's like, what? I go, no, that's, and he's, what do you mean? It's not, it's when it's in that, it gets this foot. I said, come on, that's, and he goes, what? Okay. And I said, because when you taste something that's wood, it's not going to taste sweet like that. And he goes, all right, yeah, you're right. We use additives. We have to, because Americans like their tequila to be sweet and like that, and I can sell more that way. He says, but I'm going to do one that's, he comes from the Partida family, which, you know, is generations of tequila makers. And so he said, I'm going to make another one. I'm going to make another brand that's not going to have additives in it. And it'll make my father proud. And I said, well, you let me know and you let me try it. And if it tastes like a really good traditional tequila and stuff, I will promote the hell out of it for you and get people to buy it. So you don't need to make the stuff with the additives in it. So he's working on it. So we'll see. But that's how I roll. Yeah, so that video's it's got a lot of attention, but I do have a lot of people like, oh, it doesn't work, you know, you can't, it's bullshit. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. It does work. So they don't know what they're talking about if they say it doesn't work. It does. Okay, so where are we? Watch the video. That's okay. Todd says, yeah, I watched the video and that's what has made me wanting to try. Okay. Yeah, mezcals, you good. I'm glad that you're jumping down that rabbit hole, because mezcal is wonderful. It's a wonderful category, and people just don't give it enough of a chance. So I'm glad to be your tour guide on this and to guide you through it, so you can kind of see what it's like and experience it to the point where you're not turned off before you really start getting into the good stuff. All right, so Shaman says, have you tried Puerto Vallarta tequila? It sounds like a quality budget tequila. I've tried Puerto Vallarta and it was okay. It wasn't great. Wasn't something I would buy again, but if you want to buy it, go ahead. It's okay. Hey, C-Spill99, how are you, buddy? He says, although it was my purchase mistake of the weekend, thought I was buying the Reposado version, but grabbed the Mixto version gold. 1.5 liters got dumped down the drain. Now $22. It's not that big of a deal. You got to pay attention. Although Mixtos are fine if you're doing cocktails and stuff, right? It's I actually, you know, if it's a 70-30 Mixto, there's a couple of really good ones, like El Tequileño's Blanco's a Mixto, and it's good. They're base Blanco. And so is the Mexican version of Casa San Matias Gran Reserva. It's very good. I drink that a lot when I go down there because I hang out with the Casa San Matias people, and we're always drinking the Gran Reserva, and the Mexico version is a 70-30 Mixto, which is good. I enjoy it. It's good flavor to it. So I don't have a problem with Mixtos when they're good. It's just some of them are just really bad. Random mezcal question. Have you tried mezcal Delirio? It was my first mezcal and my palate was not ready yet. Yeah, I've tried it. Yeah, it's not as refined as some of the better ones, but I've had it. When's the convention? Ooh, you guys want to do a convention? We got to work on putting that together. I think it'd be fun to do it. Do a get together and just incorporate the collective stuff too, where we can have different tequila vendors or tequila brands represented, have people come in, but you know, I'd have to get the time to do all the logistics and put all that stuff together. So I wouldn't bank on it happening anytime soon, but it's a thought in the back of my head. So maybe as things grow and progress here with the channel, and I can afford to pay someone to work with me on doing that, I will. But I wouldn't bank on it anytime soon right now. Hey Mark, thanks for helping me convert. My wife is well-made tequila from 1800. She's loving Mihentam. Oh, very nice. I'm glad. That's a very good tequila. So she's doing very good. Okay, Cliff. Mark, if mezcal tequila wasn't a thing, what would you drink instead? I don't know. I'd probably still be drinking beer. National champion homebrewer. I drank a lot of beer before, so I'd probably still be drinking beer. Have a safe, enjoyable trip. Got to go on the way. Oh, Dodger game. Very nice. They're playing. They just swept the Mets. I know, which was great. And I know that they have the Mets coming back through after they go through the Giants. I don't remember who they're playing, but go Dodgers, right? Go blue. I bleed Dodger blue, so I'm kind of envious that you're going. But cheer 'em on a victory. Love the Dodgers. Love my boys in blue. Am I got to spend 30 plus to get drinkable bottles? Less than that is usually a drink thing. Well, it depends. Not true. Not true. You can find some lower price stuff that's good. You just got to know where to look. So I wouldn't say that's true. Brooks, you want to do the convention too, huh? Well, that's two people coming. Had the El Tequileño and the Mixto, and it was excellent. Yes, also great. Very good. It's a very good Mixto. Yeah. Todd, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate this. Grasshopper, thanks you. Oh, Wizo, you flatter me. Oh, Grasshopper, you flatter me. I'm glad you enjoy the channel. I'm glad you enjoy the information I share. It makes me happy when people enjoy that and that they enjoy the channel and all the information I share. That's the reason why I do it, is to help people. And thank you for the super chat, Todd. I appreciate it. And thank you for becoming a member of the channel and all that you do in participating with these Q&As and stuff. I appreciate that. Hey, maybe that's right. That's what he's talking about is the convention / golf tournament thing. Yeah, it's just an idea that I'm kicking around. I think it'd be fun to do it, to bring people in to California. I know some people are like, you should do it in Florida. Florida's a mess right now, by the way. So I would do it in California anyways. I don't like the flying cockroaches and stuff they have in Florida anyways. I know Cliff's going to comment about how great Florida is, but yeah, it's not happening in Florida. We're going to do it here in Southern California. This is a destination area here. So, hey, great content. How does Fortaleza Winter Blend compare a rank to the Repo or Añejo? It's different. It's actually a Repo. It's a blend of Repos. So, but it's different because, and each winter blend is different. The first one, they did a blend of American and French oak. The next one, they did a blend of American oak, French oak, and a beer cask. And I don't know what they're doing for this year, but they're different. It's different. So I wouldn't even compare it. It's a special batch. I'm not a huge fan. I think the winter blend stuff gets overpriced, and I don't think it's that great. I'm not a huge fan of it. There's other things I would rather buy for the money, personally. So, all right. So how long until we get a giant corp to come out with a good tequila at a great price? Have you not had Altos Olmeca? I mean, come on. That's a big corporate tequila. That is a big corporate tequila. Do you know of any CBD infused tequilas? There's some. I don't know why you'd want that. All this CBD stuff's kind of weird for me personally. So I don't I'm not a big CBD person, so I don't know of any. I think I've seen some where they, and I know some people that were posted some stuff on my group where they did their own weed infusion, but I haven't seen anything where it's a CBD infused. So I can't help you on that, unfortunately, C-Spill. All right, you guys, I'm going to have to wrap things up because I get the members only chat next. For those of you that are members, I will be checking in with you guys on Wednesday. So you will hear from me from the field out in Guadalajara. The rest of you, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. When I get back from my trip, I will have some videos posted of some tours and stuff like that. And Cliff, Florida is a mess. Until next time, you guys, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila or mezcal, so drink the good stuff. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Salud.